Yeah.
I love that.
I sell these, by the way, on Etsy. So
Oh, you do?
heck yeah, man. So I know you guys can hear us, but we're gonna give a little bit of a countdown. This is Marketing with Friends. We were supposed to start at 5:30, but we on CP time tonight. So yeah. Leon is here. Kathy's here. Portia's supposed to be here. Portia, where you at? But she may hop in later on. But as soon as this timer stops, we will get started and move on with some marketing and helping you guys out, as well as just talking some smack about marketing, period. So, Leon, Kathy, if you guys want to introduce yourself as soon as this timer stops, feel free.
Okay. I want you to go first, Leon. We can't hear you.
You know what? I'll take myself off mute now. No,
Yeah,
because
you
I had
might
to actually
wanna.
stream over here. All right, evening everybody. Good morning, good night. My name is Leon here, and I am the CEO and founder of the company called Caribbean Online Training, where we trained over approximately 3,000 Caribbeans to work online. And also, I'm the CEO and founder of the company called LO Consultants, marketing consultancy, where we focus on driving traffic, leads, and generations to anything e-commerce, that's Etsy, Amazon, Shopify, you name it, and we create sales and leads and more, where you can put your feet up and rest and not worry about anything else.
Here's the bomb.com at doing that. Kathy?
Hi, my name is Kathy E. Smith. That is Kathy with the C, also known as Resource Reader of C Squared Internet Marketing Strategies. And I consult service-based business owners in being in the right place on the right platform with the right tools and resources.
Wonderful. And she's a bomb at doing that too. I feel like I'm dating myself by saying this. I'm the bomb.com. But anyway, you know what? The 90s were the bomb. So my name is Jessica. I go by Joss Speaks, and I help service business professionals utilize digital media to bring their expertise. I teach you not only what to do, but how to do it. So that is who we are and why we are here. We are the experts in marketing for sure. So let's go ahead and get on with it. We have a whole agenda to speak to you guys about tonight. One of the things on our agenda was, y'all help me out. What did I say? Landing pages. Let's start with there. Landing pages.
Well, let's start off. What is one? Why should we get one? I mean, and what is a good one? What is a bad one? And then,
yeah, let's talk about the bad ones first.
You're the guys to get the bad ones, okay? I think, we've got to really tell our audience what's a landing page, what it's actually utilized for, and if you haven't understood what a landing page is, and you've heard this buzzword called a landing page, no, it's not in the aircraft when a page gets landed on or something like that stupid. We utilize this to have a single page to get people to come on the page to do one specific action. You may have seen them. They are sometimes called opt-in pages, squeeze pages, all different types of things. But the objective is you can get that person to do one single action, either a opt-in, meaning that you would actually put your name and email address and subscribe to a certain thing on the channel, and then move on to the next stage. The primary focus, as I said, is just to try and get that person to do to go through to the next level, rather than a web page where it's probably some information or you're trying to sell something. Kathy's on the screen. I'm not. I don't know why. I know Kathy's.
You change your settings on Zoom, Leon. Come on, bruh.
Is that what's the problem?
Yeah, click at the top.
It's going for. I thought it was his voice.
No, click at the top and click on speaker view. I have it on speaker view, so I have all of you guys.
Actually, no, I'm looking at mine. Mine's jumping on.
Gotcha. You got it.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. Yeah. That's it. And I think in the industry we do visualize some bad landing pages. What is in the day? I mean, it's quite common with some people don't even invest in time to understand you're trying to get a person to do an action.
And I think, but that's the biggest thing though, Leon. I think when I started out, I had a horrible page. Like it was scary. It was really bad. And what I was trying to do is I was trying to have them do like 3 different things. I had one for signing up for the webinar. I had one for signing up for my email list. And then at the bottom of it, you could ask me a question. So I had like all this different stuff going on because I think when we go into marketing, or especially me, I was broke, like when I started. So I didn't have no money to pay no coaches, no get an online program. It was straight up YouTube University all day. So while I was on YouTube University, I'm like, okay, they tell me I need a landing page. I'm gonna go get one. They told me I need to do Facebook ads. Okay, I'm gonna pay Facebook. I was paying Facebook to send people to my Facebook page just to give me likes because I was like, oh, if I get some likes, then it was horrible. It was all bad. So I think we have this notion, right? And then people tell us all the time to have a Facebook page, do landing pages, all that good stuff. But to your point, you don't really know what a landing page is. You just know you're supposed to have one, right? So I ended up paying ClickFunnels. ClickFunnels was the first person I paid money to. And I was like, oh, heck no. I cannot continue to pay them $80 a month. I think it was $80 back then. And I don't have any money coming in. This is crazy. So I think we should talk a little bit about where do you start, right? If you have no money, because the thing is, a lot of people will tell you, yeah, you need to hire someone and do that kind of thing. But if you need to go to YouTube University, or if you just need to, what can you do in lieu of that, right?
Okay, all right. I'll answer that question. Obviously, if you are strapped with cash and you want to start off with someone, you can obviously use some of the free tools out there to do graphics. But again, I will say utilize the networks. We've got Fiverr and these places. Well, I mean, you could also cheat. You can actually copy somebody else's landing page. You didn't hear that from me. To start off with something.
Yeah, don't steal, get inspiration. That's what they say.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, you get ideas, and
yeah.
You could start off with there first because use what works, and you don't want to be going down a route, creating so much, and where it'll take too long to create. But I think that the main thing is what problem are you trying to solve, and ensuring your message is very, very consistent here. What I mean is that your landing page should have what we call a CTA, call to action. What it means is that you're telling the person what to do. Now, prior to that, you'll probably tell them you may have a link on your Facebook page or something like that, and you say you want to redirect them. This should be transparent, meaning what you're telling them to do. Take example, make money online and receive £1,000 in your Cash App. It should be on the other page as well. And this is something, but it's like a storyline. But as I said, the objective we're trying to do here right now is how do we put this together on a so-called budget?
I think the first thing though, I think what you're skipping over a little bit is like, know who the heck you serve. Like, you said the problem, right? To solve the problem and everything, right?
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I think some people, when you say, what problem are you solving? You're like, oh, I'm solving this and that and this and that. It's like, I think it gets kind of hidden behind the problem they solve because they don't know. So when you say, oh, what problem are you solving? They can't give you that answer because they don't have any idea. They just know they want to do something and they want to make some money online. Kathy, you were trying to say something.
Oh, I said that's the not the sexy part of marketing, but the so necessary part is who are you marketing to? And we just don't do our homework on that. Now, I'm going to get in a little bit of trouble. So if you say that you are marketing to broken people, you need to do the research and see, like, or what, if you're marketing to broken people, what are they searching for? If you Google
Wait a minute, Kathy, hold up. You just said a whole word. If you're marketing to broken people, you need to see how they broke. You need to figure out how you gonna fix that brokenness. And then you also need to understand what comes along with that brokenness, right? Like you saying a whole word right now. So break that down a little bit. Like if I'm speaking, what do you mean? Give us an example. What's a broken person? Give us an example. Oh, we have our cash apps here. So if you guys are getting jewels from this, please cash app us. Tip your experts. Kathy, put your cash app in. Portia is here in the background. Portia, are you coming on camera, sis? Like, what you doing? You sneaking in here? Okay,
yes,
Kathy, go ahead.
Yes, I'll be there in a second. Yes.
Okay.
Here as well. Hey, Portia.
So when you come on, Portia, I'm gonna take a commercial break so you can introduce yourself.
For real, and bring some gifts as well.
Of course, I come bearing gifts, guys, always.
So when Portia talks about her gifts, then I will follow with my unboxing. Okay, so what I mean by that is there are a lot of coaches or people that speak to broken women, but you have to speak to their specific pain, because if you just Google broken women, you won't get anything. So you have to be specific, like what are you healing them from? Or how are you speaking to their pain? Like they're broken because of, are they broken because they suffered loss? Or are they broken because they had a divorce? Are they broken because there's just so many things, but you need to be a little bit more specific in order to capture that audience, because just being specific, and I hate to say this, there's riches and niches, but you know, that's an old adage, but it really is true, because if you're speaking to everyone, you're speaking to no one.
But I think you bring up a great point, but I want to take it a little bit deeper on that, right? Like the brokenness, if you're trying to speak to broken people, it's because you want to help them, right? And I think that oftentimes that gets missed by, I also want to make money. Like I'm passionate about this thing. I know there's these people out here that I want to help. Like maybe it's DV women, right? Women that have gone through domestic violence or something like that, right? But I want to make money doing this, right? And I see, you know, Sally over there and she's making money and I know I can do better than her, right? Or I have these receipts from my cousins or my aunties or my friends who I've helped before. How do I do that and then bring that online? So I think breaking that down a little bit more is just saying you want to help these people. What's the best way to help them, right? So that's essentially solving the problem.
And I like what you said. So if it's domestic violence, what are you offering them? Are you offering them mindset change? Are you offering them strategies to escape that person? Are you, I mean, there's
you selling bats or something?
There's so much it's so much to domestic violence. You know what I mean? I mean, I have not, let me say this, I've never experienced it, but if you can speak to their brokenness specifically, then I think you would have more connection, because people are broken from lots of things.
No, that's a great point. And I think like not, and let me move from a different example, because I don't want to I want to go to a less serious example so I can make fun of it, because that's definitely something I don't want to take lightly, but you know,
especially in these times.
Yeah,
you
especially
know,
in these times.
Yeah, and I'm not by any means, I'm trying to help people get more clients. So I'm not by any means trying to be offensive with it or anything like that, but you really have to speak to people's pain in order for you to be able to help them.
Yeah, but I think that this is a great starter. right? Because we come in contact with, and I think especially us, because we have kind of the same like realm of clientele, like these high level, high performing individuals, and they're like, I want to either give back or I want to help these people that I see they're in need, right? They want to solve a problem essentially, but they don't think of it in that way. They don't think of it as solving a problem. They think of it as, how can I don't even know what to categorize it is as, but then they put together this landing page that speaks about everything else. And I'm trying, Leon, I'm trying my hardest not to use your example that you showed us. But I'm trying to think of a different one.
No,
like,
no, you didn't.
huh?
Actually, you can. You
Nah, I'm not gonna. But I'm trying to think of a different example of. So what?
Go ahead.
What landing pages have you guys seen where we can use as an example? For
there was actually one from actually a large. Well, I would say also the web pages. There was a large company, huge company in the United States that I didn't really do anything with their particular page for a long time, and they were stuck in their ways and they lost sales continuously until somebody actually came in and pointed out, look, this was wrong and you're losing sales. I mean, what we can see in many large organizations, and I think what large organizations do, when they have this wonderful system they've got, they think it's the best thing since sliced bread. There's so many people involved, developers, technical, marketing, everybody's fighting for their space on the actual web page. Now, they have a budget and they've got to get a website up somehow, and they've got billions and billions of products in the day, and the system probably doesn't really work. And all they want are focusing on the sales rather than the actual user's experience. So it is a complex task to put together a particular landing page or even a particular page whereby you've got so many products that you want to put forward. What do you do? Yeah. Obviously in times right now, most companies had a vision for Q2, even for Q4. Some people are actually in advance saying, well, by Q4 or Q2 is actually seasons in the year. They said, okay, fair enough, we're going to be actually putting together all summer stuff and realizing, you know what, all these things are going to be out of stock. What do you do here in that way? So again, they may have had a good landing page and a nice little banner, but guess what? That has to go out the window now. It's totally changed. But many people do have landing pages, but it's not just the graphical element to it. It could be a situation where the visitor flow, meaning that you go to the page looking for something and you can't find the search button. Or again, the common thing, you cannot buy anything from the site. So I would say for you guys, if you've got a page, we've got what we call the 3-second rule. If you can't get to checkout in 3 seconds, you need to actually revamp that page, switch it off. You know, don't embarrass the internet with that page. Just get it off. It's really, you know, it's really something you've got to think about. Again, you know, talk to an expert. You know, you get your site reviewed, you know, and they can point out certain sort of black holes where people just disappear from the site, you know, and go into cyberspace and just get lost. Yeah, they're not going to tell you because they're obviously they're up and they're probably on the front page of Google now. Yeah, trying to find something else. So yeah, I mean, bad landing pages come in all shapes and design. We review these kind of pages kind of consistently, and it is something that a lot of people do overlook. Not too sure why, but however, yeah, as we say, we don't know what you don't know. And some people say, I'm going to build it myself, not understanding there is a lot of elements that need to be put into place. Can anybody second that?
Yeah, and I think that's why we decided to talk about it, right? Is because we've seen so many bad ones. We've seen so many of them that have been, I mean, ones that didn't have anything to do with the product or the service that they were selling, ones that didn't have, you know, anything about them or talk about themselves at all, ones that were just not pleasant to look at, just really.
It's embarrassing.
So two things come to mind. One is if you have a business, people need to be able to contact you. I'm going to tell you that this is my pet peeve, and it is a big turnoff. People only having email, a contact form, and not a number to reach you. That is a big pet peeve of mine. And we say we don't want everything to go to automation, but then you don't make it easy for somebody to reach you. So you have to think about that. I mean, pay $15 for Grasshopper or $19 if you're serious about attracting high ticket clients. You have to have a number so that they can reach you. Nobody wants to wait for email. And
So what
the
are
word
your
my
thoughts
dad,
about
I hate
Google?
to wait to spend my money.
What are your thoughts about Google phones, Google Voice?
Exactly. So
Okay.
there are a number of options that aren't that expensive. And then another thing is you have to remember when you're doing a landing page, it's not about you. If you only have 3 seconds, nobody has time to read a narrative about you. They want to know how can you solve their problem. So you going into a long narrative about what you do, or they don't want to hear about that. And
But
so
I mean, at the same token, people do want to know about you.
people do, but as you build it, that could be 2 or 3 sentences. It doesn't have to be a long narrative, because you've gone on about you, but you still haven't told them what you do, and they can't tell.
So I'm horrible at that.
Kathy,
Okay.
I have a question. So are you saying that it would be wise, or if someone understood the difference between a landing page and a website, right? So maybe people are putting that information in on the landing page because they're conflating it with a website, which is what provides more in-depth information about who they are. So then they would need to be educated to understand that, oh, okay, I see your intent here. However, this is a landing page. This is a page that's supposed to convert to like a sale. You capture the audience, you get the information, and you provide something for them. So it's supposed to be small scaled, not as wordy and things of that nature. So I think that some people just don't know, and they would just have to learn and understand the difference between the two.
Well, that's why we're doing marketing with friends. That's
Yeah.
So
But
Portia, we would love for you to introduce yourself to the audience.
who is you? Who is you?
Oh my God. Y'all are crazy. Hi, everyone. I am Portia Hargrove. I am the founder of Affirming Black Voices. I am an author and a ghostwriter, and I write children's books as well. My first children's book is My Words Are Superpowers. It's the Joyful Black Child book series. We have many things coming up from that, including different products. I provide a lot of different educational tools and resources, and sharing how understanding the child development in the brain can really help evolve and develop wonderful kids. So that's what I do. But my passion is writing, and my passion is definitely ghostwriting. I've been able to ghostwrite over like several books, like 10 books. I've done stuff for gospel artists. I've done stuff for top tier executives. What happens is a lot of times my audience, and again, it goes back to knowing your audience. So I choose an audience of usually like executive level people, simply because they simply don't have the time. So they have the passion, they have the desire, but they may not have the time or kind of concept to be able to write a children's book or just write a book themselves. And so I assist them with those efforts. So that's what I like to do.
And can you just share for the audience, for those who don't know, what is ghostwriting?
Yes, so ghostwriting, most likely every book you read from your favorite artist was ghostwritten. No, so ghostwriting.
That's facts, though. That's facts.
I'm sorry to ruin your day, but most likely 90% sure that it was ghostwritten. But that does not mean that the artist or whomever you're referring to didn't contribute to it. So what we're a behind the scenes person who assists in the writing process. So for example, a person may not be the best writer, but they may have a phenomenal concept, an idea, and we can sit with them, talk with them, hear them, learn their voice, write down, help them fully express what it is that they want to talk about, or maybe they have something written already and we just help flesh it out even better. So it comes in varying different degrees, but basically we're the behind the scenes assistants to many authors. It's no different than a rapper having a ghostwriter, right? So you know the rapper, but you don't know who the ghostwriter is. And sometimes we kind of like it that way.
And sometimes comedians, they have their own writers. A lot of times, they don't write their own jokes. You don't know that, but
yeah, Kevin Hart definitely has one.
Yeah,
Kevin Hart,
yeah.
and he hasn't even hide it. He's like, yeah, these are my writers. Like they just this is what they do. And I swear, if I had known that, I would have become a comedian. Like I thought you had to come off the top of the dome with the comedy. You
don't need, but Jess, you're funny. You don't even need no ghost.
Man, no, thank you. I'll be trying. I was gonna say though, Portia is the bomb. I keep saying the bomb.com. I swear I'm like aging myself. I need a new word.
Just go with it. Just go with it. Just go with it.
I am old. These gray hairs is peeking out of my crochet, so it's all
We're
good.
wise. We're not old. We're wise.
Oh yes, gray hair says the wise of the crochet. But yeah, no. Portia came and was like, "Girl, like all of this right here, we got to clean all this up with my book." Because I was in my book like, and then I was like, "How could you see it for real? Like over here, like." I'm hurting inside, like, and she was like, why you keep saying like a Valley girl? I'm like, girl, California, okay, like it is what it is. Like I'm doing it now. But I was like, hey, and she cleaned it all up. She just made me look so polished and sound so polished. I was like, I'm so proud of my book, and now Amazon can't ship it, girl. Problems. I'm trying to order my book from Amazon, and Amazon is like, nope, right now. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have book orders I need to fill. Wow. So yeah, all that work.
Look, I got another source.
Oh, cool. We're gonna talk after.
Of course, that's resource reader for you, coming to the rescue, right?
As always, the girl always got something up her sleeve. I think this is a good time for us to get over to some surveys, Kathy. Yeah.
Some surveys.
The survey, what's that guy, that page I was on? James Whitmore. And yes, we're calling out people's names. James Whitmore sent me an email and was like, hey, Jessica, you're on my list. Why don't you check this thing out? And I was like, okay, cool. So I went and looked at it and he had a survey at the bottom of it. And I was like, oh, this looks really, okay, this is interesting. So a lot of people are utilizing surveys as a way to get people on their list. And so I shot it over to Kathy and was like, look, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, if you have any service whatsoever, any service that you come across and you're like, do I want to try this or do I not want to pay this money? Send it to Kathy first. She's going to give you a list of like, try this one. And this one is this one costs this much. This one costs this much. I'm like, okay, yes. So Kathy will give you a full on list of different things that you can try. But he sent me that survey thing. And Kathy, which survey did you say that I should try instead?
I came up with a couple of other ones, but so what Jessica is referring to is quiz funnels. And quiz funnels are when you go to a website and they ask you a series of questions, and behind the scenes, they're basically putting you in a particular category based on your response. So there's a whole, although it looks simple, there's a whole process going on behind the scenes, because depending on what you answer, you may be referred to something else. So depending on your answer, like for instance, where are you in your marketing? Are you a startup? Are you 2 or more years? Are you advanced and looking to scale? Well, if you say you're a startup, you won't have the same needs as someone who's been in business 2+ years. Or if you're just looking to scale, and sometimes scale is a scary word to people, like, what does that mean? So you would have different needs for your marketing depending on what that is. And so a lot of people are using quiz funnels to segment their list and find out oftentimes where the largest category is, or how to, just to make sure that that contains their target audience. So Ty Goodwin just finished a Fix My Funnel challenge, her and her business partner, and she went, now don't quote me because I don't remember the number, but let's just say it was 1,000 for the sake of this illustration. So she had 1,000 for her list before using quiz funnels. She used a quiz funnel, and in 4 months, her list grew to 12,000 people in a 4-month time.
So what was she asking on this quiz though? What was this, or survey? Was it a quiz or a survey?
Well, it was a quiz funnel, because that's what she does is for, and don't quote me on the price either, but I know it starts at $3,000. They will build a quiz funnel she builds quiz funnels for people. And so when they say the money is in the list, this helps them segment their list or who they serve, but that's a significant number, whether it's 1,000 or it might have even been lower than that. But let's just say that's like 10 times, growing your list by 10 times in a 4-month period.
But here's the thing about that, right? Did she use Facebook ads or Instagram ads to push people to the quiz?
I think she did.
What you're going to understand here is this, Jessica.
Why Leon always talk to me like it's only me? Like I'm the only person. He always say, Jessica, what you need to understand is, like, dude, it's other people here asking questions too.
Don't take it personal. Now, what you got to understand is this. You talked about Facebook ads and I see, Google ads. Now, what the end goal is for all the platforms that serve ad networks and things like that is data. And we all talked about this before, and a lot of people do not understand why these quizzes literally are Facebook ads friendly. Facebook ads, I'm gonna, really bust the bubble for everybody.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get to that, so don't go too far into it.
Well, I mean, look, just put it this way. These people want to know what you do, and you're telling them all the answers here. Now, what are they doing? Is actually pre-qualifying new people when you fill out these quiz. And the more you fill it out, obviously, as Kathy alleviated here, look, you're leading that person to qualifying answers, and you're building a profile here, and we're tracking each particular step. So if you say, yes, I've got a Mercedes, yes, I like it in blue, you're building up a profile. And if that information can get registered with Facebook, for example, if they knew it, and if you put certain goals in place and you knew what it is, they've got more information on you. They've already got loads of information, but now you're giving them some very KPIs here to say, okay, look, this person does this, this, and this. We can actually target you based on that, and obviously you can get some more information out of you. This is why it's so good. And I was sort of thrown on this when I was introduced to this particular logic, and I said, and I was actually building something, years ago to understand, okay, if that person clicks on this button, do this, then do that, rather than trying to send everybody through a funnel, which is exactly the same. And there's all different types of people. And it's interesting when you see lots of people do different things on your website, and whereby we could have said, this person that's ready to check out, send them to the checkout. They don't need to know anything in that particular way. But yes, quiz is pretty good. But again, if you don't have a technical person behind you and utilize it really the way that it should be done, and if again you've got a quiz platform that doesn't track, and you don't understand what's going on, it's totally useless and you wouldn't understand it. But
well, I want to ask you guys though too, on that same note, what are you all using to get clients?
I'll answer the question. To get clients or leads and things like that, I mean, in my business, it's referral, because people know me. My strategy is, I guess what, the people that I work with will refer other people. You know, this again, it's we don't go out there and just blatantly advertise. It's not like a swinging door. Like, we're not like.
Oh, you crazy? I go out there and advertise all the time.
Well,
when I feel like
what
like,
you say is a difference, because guess what, we can. And I'll be funny. You don't want to we bring broke people towards you that people can't afford your business, because guess what, our objective is as a business to ensure that we bring people that we can also talk about, and they can talk about our business. We don't want to give a bad experience, and we want to add value to our customers and ensure that the customers that we work to are long-term customers. They're not short-term and they give us problems. Yeah. So we've got to be very
yeah, no,
selective.
absolutely. Well, I'm saying, like you saying referrals, that's probably not like everybody doesn't have referrals, right? Or everybody's not at that level yet, is what I'm saying. So
well,
I mean,
we should. It's not about. It's not even a level, Jessica. I mean, we should think about the person you're dealing with, because guess what? They may the client that you're working with may not be ready right now, but they're gonna know somebody in the group. But if you give them an incentive to say, okay, all right, if you've got a person that has a problem and you've actually solved their immediate problem at that time, they may refer you to somebody else. Have that set, the business mindset, even on a conversation for 30 minutes.
Yeah, but how are you getting them on the call to even do that? Right. That's what I'm saying.
Let's wind it back, okay? Like Kathy said, we're in this business to solve problems and serve, okay? So first of all, I mean, we've got to go into an environment where there's tons of problems right now. If you had the cure for COVID-19, guess what? Thumbs up. You're rich, okay? There's people and there's governments looking for
or
you.
Toilet tissue or spray.
Where does that come with? Hang on a minute. Where does the toilet tissue come into this play? I really don't understand this one. Yeah.
I don't either, but trust me, it was sold out for months, even on Amazon.
It came from a guy in Italy who just literally the media just hyped it up. So some guy just made a very just regular statement like, yeah, we were quarantined and my family ran out of toilet paper. And then they just took it and ran with it. Because I thought initially the virus caused diarrhea, the way that people were just running too. That's great marketing though, right? Like,
yeah,
everyone they didn't even need it like that. I really thought it caused diarrhea, the way people were just flailing and rushing, and it was just crazy. But that's
you know what? I thought it was a situation that we ran out of masks and we had to tie the toilet tissue around your head or something. I don't even know what's going on.
Hey, look, it was cold out here for a while. Like I was running from store to store to store, literally looking for, and we got a good 8 butts in here. Like I was like, y'all taking it from the people that really need it. Like the big, huge families are the ones that need tissue. You know what I'm saying? Like it was crazy. I was like, okay, nose tissue all day. I'm about to just Kleenex. That's what we doing, because you couldn't find it anywhere for the longest time. Now it's starting to come back though.
Yeah, and even like the big box, like Costco and Sam's, they were like one toilet paper per family, or you couldn't buy the same brand. Like if you bought toilet paper, it had to be Charmin and Angel Soft. It couldn't be 2 things of Angel Soft. It was crazy.
Can we acknowledge the people in the chat for a moment? I think they do deserve a little
Absolutely.
hello, because we've got some big players in there.
I don't see the chat. I'm sorry. Hey, you guys, welcome. Sorry, I'm not even looking at the chat. My bad.
Oh, me either. So as we're different, we'll take turns so we can answer people's calls.
Yeah, if you guys have questions, please hit us up. And also Portia and Kathy, put up your cash apps if you have them, or if you want to put up mine, you can. So you can rename yourself and put it up if you guys are getting any great value from this. And Leon, if you want to put your PayPal instead of your cash app, you can put that up.
My cash app.
I did want to piggyback off of something that Leon stated.
Okay,
in regards
I'm gonna let you go, Portia. 1 second. You guys, please tip your experts. That's all I wanted to say. Go, Portia.
Yeah, I think Leon made a good point. So, for example, for the ghostwriting part, that came strictly from referrals. And so I think there is value that's there from referrals, and I do understand everybody's not there, but I do think that people have to understand and learn and realize that some people, they do have a high sphere of influence. And that could be a way to really push and get started. And then next thing you know, you're just in there with a bunch of movers and shakers, and you were just like, oh, wow, and so like, don't minimize the impact of that, because from that, then you can build like your email list, because now you have a high skilled, high value email list of people who actually can afford you, right? Because again, that sphere of influence, if you know your target audience, right? And let's say you work with someone who, someone just referred you and it went really well. They fit your customer avatar well, most likely, for example, if I'm working with executives, like they know other executives, right? It doesn't make sense to go with someone who's not an executive, can't afford you, and then you just go to their sphere of influence, because all you're going to get is a bunch of referrals and they can't afford you, and it's just a waste of time, right? But if you get the right kind and the right audience, it can just be a wonderful,
yeah, but I'm saying even before we get there though, right? Even before we get to that one person. So do you guys suggest that you give your services away for free at first, so you can kind of like prove yourself and then get those other referrals?
No.
I don't agree.
No, look, let's look at this whole networking situation.
I'm gonna tell you this. Gary V said do it for free first. Or
look, we can't talk about that guy here. All right, he's on a different level. All right, he doesn't. I guess I'm not gonna be disrespectful. You know what? Look, we're talking about getting going. We're trying to solve a problem here. All right, we've got a lot of challenges on ourselves. Yeah, we've got the color of our skin. We've got all these other things that could hit us in the face. So, the more importantly, I think your question you're asking today, how do we get clients? Now, what we want to do? Yeah, Portia's come in and said, you know what? Look, we've got to get into the system somehow. But
exactly
on that, somehow, we've also got to show that we are competent to come into this network and worthy. And this is coming with your skills. Some people come in with no skills whatsoever, no value to offer, and not be able. I'm thinking, look, give me a break. No, it's not about that. Unfortunately, you've got to dig in. You've got to get your resume up. You've got to look sharp, and you've got to be ready.
So just knowing who you are first is what you're kind of saying.
Well,
like knowing what you offer.
Okay, you've got to put it this way. You've got to have a whole Superman kit, so to speak, I say, because you've got to have your business card, the talk, the knowledge to go in and have a conversation. If you can't start that off, we've got a problem here. You can't communicate to nobody else. Yeah, and some of us, think this is it on the internet. We can push this magic red staples button and if it works, it doesn't. Yeah. As we said, all of you know the people that you know, and they've got to like you and trust you. And some people are not trustworthy right now.
Yeah, no like and trust is huge. No like
exactly.
And trust is huge.
So you got remember again, business is about building relationships, not bridges. All right. So I've got to trust you with my money. Yeah. If I don't,
that's what I'm saying though. That was where I was going with this, is that okay, I haven't had my first client yet, so I don't have those referrals. I don't, you know what I'm saying? So how would you suggest to get your foot in the door, right? And you say have your business cards, have your talk together, have your no, I need money. I need to talk. I need some somebody to pay me. I'm trying to get people to pay me online. You know, okay. I see all these people doing it. I want to do it too. So how do I get started?
Well, let's wind it back. First of all, do you know how much you're worth to talk about to receive money? Majority of people don't know how much they're worth.
Bam, bam, bam. Sorry. Yes, I agree 1,000%.
All right. So how can we talk about I want to get paid? You don't know how much you're worth.
I know how much I'm worth.
But a lot of people do have an issue with pricing. A lot of people, they undervalue themselves for too long.
I certainly did. When I first started, I certainly did. And that's where I want you guys to think back. I want you guys to think back like when you first came into this game, right? Not who you are now. And of course, bring some of who you are now, of course, to the conversation. But like that person that's watching this, that's like, hey, I just want to learn how to, maybe I've been working offline. I've been, doing my service business stuff. I'm gonna tell you right now. I was watching, and I didn't tell you, Portia, but I did tell Leon and Kathy this. I was watching a comedy live stream on YouTube, and they were talking about how they were online and they shared one of their friends' pictures on Instagram, and they followed the friend, and it was like, that's so weird. Why are they following the friend? I'm like, girl, that's how digital work. Like you don't know if you tag someone. Exactly. If you don't know if you tag somebody on your Instagram that they're gonna go follow them, because that's the culture of the digital, right? That's the culture of it. And then they also said, it was another thing that they said, and this isn't to call them out at all because I love the show. But they also said something towards the effect of like, the audience doesn't know that this is a different show tonight. Like they think I'm on a show because they had one where it was a bunch of like younger comedians and they were roasting each other. And then on another one, they had like older adult people that was like talking, basically more about like comedy and what they're doing and professionalism. And he's like, it's two different shows. And it's like, no, dude, to us, it's all the same show. We're not going to say, oh, these are different people, different show now. No, if you've been roasted for the last 5 days, then on day 6, we don't think y'all felt the roast again. So you bringing different people in, and that's what I'm saying. I'm saying people may be working offline, they may be doing whatever they're doing, right? But when you come into this digital game and when you're trying to do stuff online, it's totally different than what you would do face to face. Some of those things transfer, some of them don't, right? You got to know.
Now, one thing I do want to say, going back a little bit, when talk about pricing, if you are not, I'm going to challenge people. If you are not a full-time entrepreneur, even if you are, but if you are a part-time entrepreneur, don't be afraid to charge whatever price, because either people are going to do it or they're not. And if that's not your main source of income, I'm not saying that as a full-time that you shouldn't. You should always command your price. But if you are a part-time entrepreneur, you should just be uncomfortable and just put that price out there, because it's not going to make a difference between you having food on your table. So what are you afraid of? Why are you afraid not to put your price out there and what you're worth?
I'm going to challenge that.
We all should not. Go ahead.
I'm going to challenge that.
Wait, hold on. I have a story. I agree. I 1,000% agree that people should truly charge what they're worth, but they have to ensure they add value, because adding value is very key, because there are a lot of people who are scammers out there. And this is why people don't trust online people or marketers or content developers or whatever you want to call it. They don't trust them because there have been too many fake coaches, too many experts who just copied and pasted, looked at something from one of y'all or somebody else and then tried to replicate it and then charged $3,000. And then it sucked because they didn't have the systems in place. They just copied, right? So let me tell you, my first year when I released my book and started my business, I was very excited. I met this woman at this conference. She was actually the keynote speaker. She was great. Cannot lie. She presented so well. And I usually have a very good thing of discernment. And she's like, I can take your brand to the next level. You know me, I'm green. So I'm like, all right, well, she keynote speaker and the person who did the conference, I trust her. So she can't be trash, right? Um,
That's so not
listen,
true. She could totally be trash, but that's
listen,
okay. Go
listen.
ahead.
Okay, I know now. Right, I know
Digital
now.
trash.
Listen, y'all don't understand. I got bamboozled, hoodwinked. I got every type of whatever you want to call it. This woman charged, I don't even want to tell y'all how much she charged. She charged thousands of dollars, okay, to take this brand. And it's also my fault too, because I probably should have done better in my vetting because I
Diligence,
did
research.
Yeah.
I researched, but I probably could have did a little bit better because when I did ask people, because I don't just take someone's service, I ask like, hey, how was it? What's the outcome? And people say, you know, fine, or hey, oh, I didn't work with her in this capacity, but in this other capacity, she was great, you know. Anyway, I can laugh now. I can laugh. At first, I was so upset, y'all. I was like, I'm never talking to any of these people. But anyway, okay, so she's brand to the next level, right? Y'all. The documents and things that she gave me, it looked like it was created from Microsoft Word with clip art on it. I mean, it was just not worth any of it. It wasn't worth. And as soon as I opened up these documents, I said, bam, I got played. I got played. I got bamboozled. I was manipulated. So yeah, so this is why it's very important for people to not to be too overexcited. Like you have to make sure that yes, you can be excited, but you need to make sure that you do your due diligence, you research, you educate yourself, you have some working knowledge of it. So that way, if someone does come at you and try to scam, you can ask certain clarifying questions or present yourself in such a way that if they can't answer, you know that they're trash. And so we have to be careful of that because there was this whole scam thing that was exposed. There was a young lady. I don't know if you guys are familiar. It was a young lady. She posed as a therapist, and she was the young girl.
I heard. Yeah, Ava Laura was telling me about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So first of all,
okay, I didn't hear. So
bring Kathy up to speed on the chick.
Yeah, where was you?
It's unfortunate. It's very sad. It's unfortunate because she's like 22. She's young. But I will give her credit though. She knew how she did great. She learned her audience, and you guys talked about broken women and people. I wouldn't really call it broken. I would say people who experience trauma or have a lot of hurt. And so they're basically a vulnerable population. And we know that when people are in vulnerable positions, they can be easily misguided and manipulated, right?
Now, y'all see how she did the words there? That's what she will do to your book. That's what we're saying.
So, but Portia, I only use broken because most people that I know that's their audience. Those are the words they use. So,
and they do use those words a lot in marketing. Yeah.
Huh? But that's why they're not finding their audience, though. Huh?
I know. I do. I'm aware. Honestly, I am a words person, so I get it, and I know. It's just I know for the audience that could be very off-putting. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't nobody want to be identified as broken.
I know. I'm broken. Help me. I'm broken.
Yeah, no one wants to be affected. Yeah.
No, I think. Now, Portia, this is a very, very interesting point you make about some people they get. I mean, I'll just go back to Kathy's statement the other day, whereby just put it out there. Well, we've got to be nowadays. You've got to be careful because of what's out there, because you'll get found out very, very quickly. Yeah. I mean, don't just jump out there. I mean, you've got to know your worth, because guess what? If I said I'm going to be, all right, I want to charge $500 an hour, you've got to definitely quantify why, and tell me why you're demanding this. All right. And if you can't, just get off my internet connection, because you're not talking any sense. You really got to think about it carefully, because I've seen people.
I need that on a t-shirt, honestly, Leon. Get on my internet connection.
Honestly, I saw, what was it? Somebody was doing a webinar. I want to know. And hang on a minute. There was no information on the page about what credentials about what they did, and they was charging big money. And I think, hang on a minute, what particular high school did you go to? Because obviously you're not qualified to do that at all. And stop copying, right? Just don't throw it out there, because I will quiz you and go deep into your whole science and find out how long have you been in this game to even say, yes, I can command this kind of money. And we're getting these people right now. And this is why people on the internet are getting frustrated. They spent all this money and not getting the results.
Mm-hmm.
On the other hand, no, we on the other hand, we're just charging minimum and still complaining we can't get the clients. But however.
Yeah. And, you know, that's the piece right there, Leon. If we want to keep it real, if we want to keep it a buck, like, it's frustrating because you know that you can help so many more people, but people fall for the okie doke. They fall for the brand, the beautiful web pages, the, you know, the glitz and the glamours, the whatevers, right? Knowing that those usually are, and I'm not saying all of them, but the majority of them will be the ones that just take your money and run, right? You're looking at group programming where you're not getting one-on-ones that you get from us, right? Because we actually care. We actually care whether or not you succeed.
So the plug for the summit is, if you are perfect segue, if you are tired of going to conferences, workshops, and taking notes and not doing the work there, the summit on June 27th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern is about doing the work. So we're not interested in having hundreds of people, because we can't possibly answer all of those questions and speak to your specific pain. But we are helping people walk away with something tangible, whether that's a good landing page, whether that's an ebook, whether that's knowing your audience. That is what we're about, because we have scars and we've invested in people ourselves, and we're like, man, I could have did a better job than that. So, you know, we're not. Or
I could have learned that on YouTube.
Huh?
I could have learned that on YouTube. Like,
oh,
what the heck?
I'm glad you said that, because this is the difference between finding it on YouTube and paying an expert, or getting in a program where that's targeted. On YouTube, there's not a 7-hour session on how to do something from A to Z. Most of the time on YouTube, it's a component of a bigger picture. So, yes, can you get something for free and learn it on YouTube? Absolutely. But are you going to have to watch 10 videos versus going to one place? So that's the difference in paying an expert. But trust me, do your due diligence. Do your due diligence. So
but I think that's the biggest piece, though, Kathy, is like, when we put this together, with individuality in mind, right? I think a lot of people out there kind of lump you together and think, oh yeah, I can talk to this segment and this segment and this segment. I don't even like to say that anymore, because I don't want to look at you as a segment. I want to look at you as a human being, as an individual. How can I help you as the individual market the best way you know how to, the best way you can, not the best way you'll African-American in the early 30s that lives in whatever, but the individual, right? So we take that time to talk to you and ask you questions and fill out and find out from you what you need and actually listen to you instead of just talking at you. It was funny, I was putting this together and I was like, oh, somebody else is doing a live stream at the same time as ours. But I was like, you know what, that's just going to be people talking at people again, right? It's not asking you, what are your questions? How can we help you? What do you need help with right now? And holding back from you. We're not doing that.
And Deshawn said she got her all day pass. So we're looking forward to serving her. So
yes,
why don't you join her? Because we really, I think that I'm going to say, I'm going to start saying this thing. I get to the meat and skip the potatoes. So that's what we're getting ready to do.
Hey, I like that. Hey. Forget the potatoes. Come get the meat. And y'all gonna see that I'm super silly. So I was born this way. I can't change it.
That's okay. That's okay. We understand, Jessica.
What do we have? What else did we have on our agenda? We had a whole agenda laid out, and we kind of strayed away from that a little bit. I wanted Portia to talk about statements that are happening right now. So we're going to get a little serious, but a little not serious of all the statements that are happening with corporations right now for Black people.
Deshawn has a sense of humor. She says she's vegetarian, LOL.
Oh, okay. Then we're going to get to the carrots and the
we're going to get
the green beans.
We're going to get the greens. We're going to get the greens.
We're going to get straight to juicing.
Oh yeah, that's right. Portia is too. So we're gonna get straight to Portia. Give me some vegetables.
We get down to the juice.
We're gonna get to the juice.
The sauce.
Yeah, I got my green juice or something. Yeah.
The sauce and the what did I make? I made tuna out of is it garbanzo? How do you say the word?
Garbanzo beans.
Those.
AKA chickpeas. Just chickpeas.
Chickpea. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. Chickpeas.
with Jessica, before you get there, we've got to get to the important thing right now. We've all got one, and we need to get it out.
What?
Okay.
What we got?
Jessica, you turn around. Kathy, you've got one behind you somewhere. And Portia, you've got one hidden somewhere.
Oh.
I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Kathy.
Oh yeah.
You need to unbox.
Oh yeah.
Damn.
Like, what we got?
Go.
What we got?
I'm
gonna go over here.
What's back there?
So I'm gonna unbox mine. So Portia's seen hers. Mine came today.
I love it. Let me go get mine.
Okay.
Wait, you know what?
I'll wait for Portia.
You're going for Portia, all right. You know what?
So while we're waiting, while we're waiting for Portia, one of the biggest things on YouTube is unboxing.
For real.
So unboxing is huge. Last year, my friend Ken, who's a YouTube genius, he said that some of the biggest videos are people going to the dollar store and unboxing, or so I'm going to unbox I just want to share with you all the pretty packaging that came from across the pond.
Wait, hang on a minute.
I'm so excited. Yes.
So they all have theirs, but Leon sent us candles. That you sell these on Amazon, right? Is that correct, Leon?
No. Right.
You know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do this for those of you who are actually coming on to the summit coming up. I'm gonna pick out certain people to get one of these as well.
Yes, you're gonna get a candle.
I've got a different one, a special one. This one here. I think everybody should hold them up. Yeah, that's what you're gonna hold them up.
Everybody's holding them up.
There you go. All right.
Yeah.
All right, there you go. All right. You're gonna open yours. I mean, obviously,
they smell really good.
So I'm gonna unbox mine. I don't want to ruin it, so I'm going to slide the bow off.
What scent do you guys have? What scent do you guys have? I have grapefruit crush, and it's amazing.
Well,
yeah, I have grapefruit crush too.
So Leon, do you sell these online?
No, these are from the distributor company. You've got an exclusive a little bit at present moment. We don't sell them.
What?
No, we don't sell. No, again, we personally as a company don't sell them. We do have a line that's coming out. You've got a special one from the distribution company and the manufacturer, and that's why they're wrapped so well. And they're only going to the selected people that we know and we honestly like and we trust. And we build a relationship by doing these type of things. All right, but
it's called influencer marketing, right? That's what it's called, almost.
Influencer marketing. Listen, no, it's building relationships, not bridges. Yeah, we're working with people that we like.
I'm almost an influencer, so I almost.
Well, I want more, so.
I beg your
We
pardon?
gotta talk offline because I want to buy some more. I want to buy some. No, I want to buy some. I want to buy
You
some.
wanna buy
just
some?
for the audience, just for their information, Leon is in the UK. So
What's that? Ukraine?
we appreciate him being here because he's like 5 hours ahead of us.
Yeah. Am I?
But I
Anita
think
Candles in the UK. This is
what
awesome.
Leon is talking about is key thing too. And I want to explain this to the audience if you're listening about marketing as well. Building relationships and sending someone something in the mail is one of the hugest things you can do, especially since right now everything's kind of digitalized and all that good stuff. If you can say thank you in a special way, which this was Leon's way of just saying, hey, you know, I appreciate you. Thank you, you know, for hanging out with me. And, you know, thank you for being a friend. What show is that from? Thank you for being
Golden
a
Girls.
friend. Thank you, Golden Girls.
Is this the scent?
Yes. Which
This
one do
is
you have?
so dope.
It says
scent?
Nag Champa.
I was on the bottom. It's at the bottom.
Yeah.
Is it on the
Yeah.
is it on the bottom?
It says Nag Champa.
Oh,
You
what
got
does
you
it smell
got a
like?
different one.
It smells amazing.
Yeah, it smells really good. It smells
Wow,
really good.
you know what? You guys are gonna blow someone's head. I'm gonna play it in the replay. They're actually speaking. So I'm gonna get the timestamp on this. They're gonna love what you just said. And in fact,
Smells
I'm gonna tag them.
No, legit. This smells like I'm a whole aromatherapy guru. Like I love it. This is no.
All right, listen.
Francine
I
says
really do
they
like
are
it.
amazing, and the unboxing was an experience too.
Good. Okay. Wow, he's done his job.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna tag them now as we speak.
Yeah, you guys go look at my unboxing on my personal page. My kids tore open the wrapper.
Yeah, for real.
So I don't get to keep mine like Kathy. But no, it was a great experience opening it up and just smelling it. And so thank you, Leon, all the way from the UK.
We've got more people in the chat as well talking about their experience. So you're not alone.
Oh,
You can see
nice.
what's going on. We've got
I
more
need to
people
go to the chat. Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely need to go for the chat.
I need to go
that's
in the
what's
chat.
happening.
I'm horrible.
Yeah, look after those
Do you guys
people.
have any questions, chatters? I'm gonna call you guys chatters. Chatters, do you guys have any questions while you're hanging out there that we can answer? We got about another 15 minutes. We're gonna go and we'll answer your questions if you have any about the
marketing friends.
Yeah, marketing with friends.
Think of a name.
Well, I said marketing with friends, but we can call it something else. But because I was thinking words with friends, but since we're talking about marketing, I was trying to switch it out. But I don't know. You guys let me know. Oh, wait, I had some other names. I had marketing with friends. I think I had chilling with the experts.
I like marketing with friends.
You like marketing with friends? I had chilling with the experts. Oh, I had hanging with the experts too. You know, like hanging with Mr. Cooper, but with a
hanging with the homies.
I like marketing with friends better because we're talking about marketing. But
yeah. You was with me, right, Kathy? Like, yeah. I was trying to make it. Y'all know I'm a hip hop head, so I was trying to think of some way to influence.
I'll get you.
Leon's hip hop too.
That's another thing in marketing. Don't name it some cute something that means something to you that nobody can spell or nobody knows what it means. If you have to explain it.
That's facts, Kathy. That's facts right there. I've seen so many people that got their email as cute little button or something at Gmail. I'm like, I'm not doing business with cute little button. I don't know what y'all talking about over there, but you better come up with something else. You better brand yourself, sis.
Are there any questions in the chat? Are there any questions?
Not yet. I mean, I'm sure everybody's gonna have loads of questions on this summit coming up. Honestly,
yeah.
You know, we want to put that. Make sure.
But if y'all think we lit in here, the summit is gonna be crazy. The summit is gonna be crazy.
We'll give away prizes, gifts, money.
Yeah, we're also. I think our differentiator with this summit is that, and nobody else has ever done this before. I'm gonna put it out there. I'm gonna say it. Nobody else has ever done it this way before. Is that we're asking you as individuals what you need and getting the feedback from you in real time so you can implement in real time. So it's not us just talking to you. We don't have slot. Well, we'll have some slides, but we're not just talking from a PowerPoint presentation and going, you should be doing this. You should do that. You should do this. Now we get off the call. Bye. See you later. Go do it. No, we're going to do this now. Let me see it. Okay. Let's go to step 2 once we have everybody that has it, so that we don't have a lot of seats available. How many are we capping off at, Kathy? What's our cap? Do you remember what we said?
I think we said 12.
1,000?
Huh? No.
No way in holy moly would I be
12 to 15.
Who you think we are? Michael Jackson? You think this is Michael Jackson? We gonna hologram Michael Jackson into the Zoom call and have him giving a presentation on marketing.
Yeah, but you don't want more than that because you can't properly serve people. And Francine said, thank you very much. It's been insightful. And Deshaun says, how you all know all those old shows? We're older than we look.
I know.
Oh, no.
Hey, black
Can
don't
we talk
crack.
about that
See,
really quickly?
Jessica. I'll blame Jessica.
So at work, an individual who does not look like me decided to tell me that
Oops.
he literally said I was a liar because he said I was
What?
22 and I'm far from 22. I'm way older than that. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll take it as a compliment. You know, kept moving. And he's like, well, how old are you? I'm like, I'm not telling you. First of all, none of your business. But I told him I was not.
for
real.
Look,
You should have responded with
literally
Black
called me a
Lives Matter. I
liar.
ain't gotta say shh to you right now.
Literally called me
Okay.
a liar. I'm
No,
like,
my
just-
bank account's now.
yeah, I was gonna say some words, but you know,
You know, I was thinking about this earlier, and I want to get you guys' thoughts on this. It's
right,
kind of
go ahead.
on topic, but off a little bit. So a while ago, when I was working with the client, we had gotten on a group call because this particular client, I was like, hey, we should get on a call with all of your Facebook group members, which is unheard of. A lot of people don't do it, but I suggested she do it because I thought it was a great opportunity to speak to them one-on-one, find out what they needed, all that good stuff. And actually, a lot of them appreciated her for doing it. So she spoke to this person, and this person was like, yeah, I'm having problems, but I get speaking engagements, I get book deals, I do but I just could get more sales or whatever. And so she solved the problem for them. I'm not going to say what it was, but I was like, this dude is majorly, he don't understand how much privilege he got right now. Like, we have to jump through hoops to try to get that kind of stuff going for us. But just because you just get on this and do that, and you ain't did no real marketing for it, like, this is crazy. I feel like they don't understand that as Black, and I'm sorry, I'm getting on a racial thing. So Leon, feel free to log off if you need to, because I know you said bank account matters. Why does it seem like they totally are oblivious to how hard we have to work to get this sale? Like, they seem like
they are.
Like,
They are.
I think, why people are so oblivious to say we have to work hard to do certain things. Well, I guess, as we know, you don't know what you don't know. Okay, that's the first thing. All right. So, again, remember when people come on the internet, they see the finished and final product. They don't see what it took to get to where you are today. You bumped your head, you fell over, and you continuously tested this and tested that. You looked at this and you tried it again, until it worked. And everybody wants the final finished products. And this goes into building businesses. Unfortunately, guess what? We want the actual perfect answer. There's never ever going to be a perfect answer because things change every second of the day until you get a conveyor belt, which nearly 90% works, but things are going to fall off. But that's what you've got to do. I think I have this, the strategy. I focus on looking at all the problems, that I'm going to face rather than all the successes. Because if I can fix all the problems, it's going to work. It's like, if I can fix a wheel and make it round and make it very sharp, and making sure I got a spare one, guess what? Like, around never can go wrong. But people out there, they want instant success. It doesn't work like that. Nothing was.
Yeah, and I think your marketing is just going to evolve too. I mean, to that point, right?
Mhm.
You're going to start off at one point where, and then it's just going to continue. It's just going to continue to grow and grow and grow, and you'll get better at what you do. I saw a post the other day actually that said something like, "You're not paying me for what I can do. You're paying me for the time." Like, it was something like, and I'm messing it up, but it was basically the gist of it was, you're paying me because of all of the years of experience that I've gotten up to this point. What I can do in
that was what's the name when we done the interview with that sister.
I think it was like something like,
exactly.
I can do it in an hour. What would take you 30 hours to do because it took me this long to learn it, or something like that. The gist of it was basically around that.
You're paying me for my experience, not my time. Yeah, it's not time for money here. Yeah, you want it sped up. So guess what? I will take you and a Ferrari and put you down. That's what you're paying for.
Results, transformation, and value.
There you go. Yeah.
There you go.
Mike. She dropped her invisible mic.
let me help, Kathy. Let me help you. There it is.
Dropped her invisible mic.
This is the Obama mic. I ain't dropping this. It costs money.
Me neither. I ain't dropping my freaking mic. It costs money.
So Deshawn says, you heard it? She put a Gmail. Y'all don't like that one?
Gmail.
Yeah.
Wait, what was it? Read it to me because I can't see it.
AYAHUDITESS.
What
does it say?
LOL. That's an email.
What's the word? What's the word?
That's a disaster if you ask me.
What does that spell?
I ain't starting there. I
wanna at Gmail. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
we do have to be careful of this, because guess what? I mean, today's people, under the day, they've got some email addresses on resumes that look absurd. Yeah, they're picking. I mean, where do we start with here with that one?
Yeah, that's right.
But Deshawn, okay, but that's your personal one. Some people can't
distinguish,
separate business and personal. Like some things are inappropriate. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and to the point earlier about the person that said like, "Oh, I put my friend on my page and they followed her." Guess what? You need to have 2 separate pages. You should have one for your work stuff and then one personal page. Is it a lot to manage? Absolutely. It'll drive you crazy, but you have to do it if you don't want your followers or your audience, your fans, whatever you want to call them, to know, your friends or follow you, because they will. Like, I can't tell you how many celebrities and stuff be posting, "Oh yeah, my publicist is this and my person is that." Do you think I go and follow them? Heck yeah. Because I'm like, okay, let me see what they do. You know what I'm saying? Let me see what they're doing over here. Let me see how this is rolling over here. Because it's all about connection. When I go online, when I go on Instagram, I'm on there for business. I am not on there to play nobody games. I am there on there to see about your life. I'm on there to who can I connect with? Who can I build relationships with? Going back to Leon's point, who's in my industry or even outside my industry, who needs my help? And that's what you should be thinking about when you're going on here. I even stopped posting my kids and stuff because I'm like, look, I'm on here for business. And even though I don't post.
Very rarely post personal pictures. Yeah. Now, even when I do, they may get a lot of likes, but I very rarely post personal stuff. But I can say that last year when I had surgery, me sharing a personal story, probably was the most views I got on a single video. And when I went live, but my parents' friend was like, "You're doing on here telling her business?"
No, but see that works though, because it works along with your, number one, your brand personality, because that's who you are, Kathy. And then 2, it was something that happened in your life. It was an actual experience that you went through that can tie back into your business. So no, that totally makes sense.
Well, and what was interesting too is that I talked about how frankincense reduced a mass that I had. And in like a 2-week period, it went from almost 10 centimeters to about just under 4. And a couple of people told me, like, I watched your video, that helped me. I went and got some frankincense, you know what I mean? So I was just sharing because that's something that I wanted to do. But, you know, I don't normally share, you know, stuff personal, but I was like, that really wasn't personal. To me, that was a testimony of mine that, you know, that was
you found something that you felt like could help other people and you wanted to share it. And I think that that's what your platform should be used for. If you have, and Portia, I want you to jump in on this because we were talking about this the other day offline, that you were saying like, you need to get back on your stuff and you had fell off of it for a little while. But you were saying like, beforehand, you used to be like real active and you were talking about maybe possibly starting another audience. What is your thoughts about that right now? What are you thinking that you're going to do?
Yeah, so social media has changed drastically over the last, 2 years actually. So it's very segmented and polarized. And so the way that the mind works, if you're constantly absorbing the same type of content information every day, subconsciously you may just have polarized thoughts, right? So a long time ago, you could go on Facebook and just share, right? You could share, hey, I like this wonderful bonita candles in the UK. It's great, you know what I mean? And it's like, okay, people like it, they don't, it's fine, no problem. But now you say, the wrong thing is bonita. Well, are they making fun? I don't even want to go down that road, but it is very different. And it's because of target marketing, right? It's the algorithm. So what's happening is that you're creating silos of information. So people are only seeing the same thing, right? So it's like, we've all experienced it. Like you go on Google, you type, I don't know, Madden or something like that, or candles, right? And then you get back on Facebook and now you got sponsored ads for that. Now, if we're thinking about all the things that are going on right now, it's very polarized, right? It's a lot of racial tension. It's all types of stuff. Every week there's something, right? And it's something that's hitting at the nerves and the vulnerability of people. So people are tense, people are sensitive. You literally will say the wrong thing, even if you mean no harm. You hit the wrong person. If you don't agree with the whole group, then you're just dragged, right? Because it's the media and social media. And again, this segmented marketing is preying on the fear mongering, right? So again, if I'm paranoid about COVID or about, Chinese communism, and that's all I'm consuming, like I'm not even in the right mental state to even absorb anything else because I'm so overconsumed with this one thing, right? Your brain centers are shut off. Your faculties are not really up to the highest abilities now, right? So you can't really think critically. You're just emotional at this point. And when you're emotional, it's good for people who, well, if you're a psychopath, right? If you're emotional, if you're a psychopath, that's great for you because then you can just easily misguide, manipulate, and make your money, right? So, for example, well, I'm not going to go there, but we see what's happening. We see these brands, they make a comment, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, actually, I was just kidding. Here to buy this t-shirt, it's ridiculous. So anyway, I just thought about just changing my page because the thing is, now I feel like on Instagram, I have to have like 4 pages because, for example, I write children's books. And so, which is fine. But everything that shows up on my timeline is just kids, books, all that, which is great. But sometimes I don't want to see that. Like I garden. I want to see something about a pot or a plant, right? I have to manually go in and do that. And I will have to keep doing that multiple times. But then all of a sudden, now my timeline is all of that. Whereas before, if you guys remember, it was chronological. You can see everything and you were given a choice. You could exercise your choice to see everything and decide where you want to go, right? But now, because of convenience, and I get it, it makes sense, right? the whole target marketing and personalized experiences, right? Because this is all I want to see, which is convenient, but it can be kind of dangerous because now you're missing 90% of reality, what's out there, right? And so now your perception becomes reality. And if you have a distorted sense of perception, then that's not healthy, right? So for example, we can use, again, everything that's going on right now in the world. If I have a distorted view of perception about Black and brown people, and I'm only able to see videos of people acting like animals, well, then it's confirming what I already feel, right? So I'm not going to have any empathy. I'm not going to sympathize because from my worldview and my perception of what's my screen showing me is a bunch of people looting and being dangerous or whatever. That's what they're thinking. That's what they see. So for them, it's true. So everything you say is invalid. You're a liar. You're a terrorist. All this ridiculous stuff, right? But then on the opposite side of that, we see the good. We see peaceful protesting. We see people coming out, speaking together, creating like Just Us rallies. And we see a small group of people who are derailing it, right? So that's one worldview. So now we're sitting here like, no, we're not doing this. We're not like this. And we're arguing with people who are like, actually, no, I have evidence. This is what y'all doing. It becomes very polarized. You can't really have a constructive conversation. You can't really reach people to really connect because of these segmented worldviews. So just a thought.
No,
just something to be mindful about.
I actually like what you just said, Portia, and I keep explaining to a lot of people, look, what's going on, it does more harm than anything else for people that are not like this. If we did look at that every single day and say, what, all right, this is not ours. And so I had a particular person which is close to me, and they was focused on the whole environment, and they wanted to literally just get away from it all. And I'm thinking, okay, can you just switch off from that? Because that is not you. There's a segment of people that they're unleashing about 20 years of their anger. They ain't going nowhere. Yeah, they ain't done nothing, and they're just adding to the problem here. They're not coming and saying, what, if you just totally literally go out and in fact, just get on the internet and just get away from it. The same side. You don't need to be there. Yeah, you're making it worse for us. We've just built up a lot of stuff. In fact, you know what? We've got our, we're online now. This is where we stay. We know it's all about. You guys can, just dismantle the whole place. The internet's here to stay, and that's it. Yeah, the PayPal buttons are going to be pressed. Yeah, they're not going to be any money. Yeah, and money's going to be in your bank account.
Oh, the cash apps.
The cash apps. Yeah. Again, if you've got cash apps, everybody.
Oh, so did you guys say, since we're talking about PayPal real quick, PayPal just gave, what was it, 300 million or something like that?
Hang on a minute here. Go back to Portia's statement of the day. Guess what? They're riding this. Come on now.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I want to talk about. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if they really want to be genuine, if they really want to be G, they can reenact my PayPal account. That's what they can do. That they shut down 4 years ago because they was being jerks. You know what I'm saying? Like, so when companies like that, it's like,
hang on a minute. Do we really need the help? Again, it's not, we've got to look.
They haven't asked. Yeah, you're right. They haven't asked. They haven't asked, what do you need? They just assume.
And even if they gave some money, what do you think the people would do with it? Yep, they won't say, what, I'm going to build another PayPal, did they? Come on now. And why is it?
It's probably all the money that they held back over the years. No.
Facts. All the money that they don't held on to. Talking about, we'll get 90 days. 90 days we'll release it. We'll give you another 120.
So if you're growing your business and you haven't put a lot of commas in it, or you have a big launch, you need to get a merchant, because if you have a big launch and your launch has commas in it, they might just keep it.
PayPal will definitely put your money on hold for sure.
Well, But the reason why behind that is this. First of all, we got to look at the PayPal process.
Oh, Leon, I don't look. If you taking my money, I don't want to hear about your process. Like, bruh, like,
No,
don't take
no,
my
no.
cash. Give me
No, no,
my
no, no, no,
money.
no. We've got to understand this very, very well. I mean, this is something that is not really discussed in marketing or different merchants of the day, because we think this is a company, but it's a bank institution somehow, and they're taking risk based on the people we bring on. We also do as business owners of the day. We take on other companies' risk, and they could pull you over when you got your in today's world. Well, not the old way. It's 30-day net, 90-day net, end of the day, and you stack up credit, and you're expecting to get paid. Some people right now have gone 128 days net, and guess what? There's nothing coming out. There's no money. In my world, end of the day, you got a PayPal and you pay me now. I don't have 30-day net with you. All right. So you got to go and get the money. All right. That's how it works. So PayPal alone, they have to take on a lot of risk. And I've seen people, they abuse PayPal. And we've got situations, they're going to get hit with chargebacks, and credit card companies. This is that they can floor PayPal right now. Just give you a heads up if you don't know. Well, you obviously the stateside with Danny, PayPal and eBay are splitting. Now the money goes from your eBay account direct to your PayPal, to your bank account. It's happening here. They're pushing it out. It's in Australia at the present moment. It's rolled out, so you can see what's happening. Yeah, eBay says, nah, I want to pay people. They're cutting people out of the woodworks.
So Deshaun, to answer your question, several years ago, and also another marketer that I follow, they shut down his account last October, and with no explanation. And he's been doing internet marketing for years, always selling digital goods. They just shut down his account with no explanation. But several years ago, some of the first people that I followed, they were business partners, as a man and a woman, and their launch, they had 25 grand in during their launch, and they never got it back. They processed through PayPal. And so if you're going to be doing that kind of launch with commas in it, some of their reasoning was that it's not a physical product. So thank you, Portia.
What up?
Yeah, so they had they made several $100,000, but they kept the 25 grand. And so then they went to merchant processing, because then you don't have to worry about that. People just use their credit card. Jessica said they're donating 300 million, but there's been several people that they've shut down their account or just kept the money and they just never got it. So
we put this way, look, we've got large organizations riding on this Black Lives Matter situation. You've got Sky BSB, Rupert Murdoch's guys, they telling us, that again, you got to read into this, okay? So they're gonna give you this money over the period of time. Hello, who asked for that?
Well, here's the actual. Let me read the actual. It says it's on PR Newswire. Let me go to Business Journal. PayPal announces 530 million commitment to support Black business, right? And that's what I'm saying. Like, the way they can support me is by giving me that money back and reopening my account that they closed a couple of years ago. You know what I'm saying? It's like they treat it, but this goes to our point earlier. So I'm glad that we brought this kind of full circle. You cannot treat people a certain way and then try to come up later on and be like, hey, we gonna help y'all. No, bruh. You done took so much money from and closed down and shut accounts. Because Kathy, that's not the first time that I've heard that story. I've heard it over and over and over again. PayPal shutting down accounts for no explanation. Like, it ain't like they did something wrong and then they like, you know what I'm saying? It's not justified. They're just treating people and businesses wrong, incorrectly, right? And and I'm making a general, I don't know the whole backstory, but I'm just saying I've heard it over and over and over again.
And disclaimer, we are by no means like bashing them. We're just saying situations and people that we know that this happened to. We're not going around saying,
look, we stating facts. We're not saying that.
We're just
that's all we're doing. We just stating facts.
Saying, be careful.
But it's common. Listen, put it this way. I mean, we've got majority of people I've seen Amazon accounts. They do get banned because of any.
But see, they're giving them a reason, Leon. That's what the key point is here, right? They're giving them a reason. They're saying, so they're not giving them a reason.
No. You don't get a reason. But guess what?
In
any business, they're not going to give you a reason, because guess what? They're going to say, okay, you've actually broke the policies, and that's it.
But that's what I'm saying. From what we understand, I don't know, Kathy, if that was that situation for you, but from what I didn't break no policy.
Deshawn says it happened to her too.
See,
you're gonna get it. You're gonna get it. Yeah, but you can look. This is a situation. All right, these companies, at the end of the day, all they, as Kathy said, when you start hitting some digits, the computer says, "Hello, money laundering, freight, whatever it may be. I need to close that down."
But I bet you right now they don't shut down the accounts that are really actually doing this craziness. I bet you they over there like, whoop, let's make it. Whoa, yeah, millions and millions and millions. But they little old me with, what was it? I think it was $200. We shutting down your account. I was like, for real? Like, I didn't like, and it was at a time. I really needed my little $200.
But but guess what? This is a situation. If you understand how this computer works, this algorithm, all right? What it's got to do is act quickly and stop the trial. This is like a social media situation, all right? This, it may not even be you. It may be the person that you've done a transaction with. They had again a person that is not really too fruitful. Yeah.
And they said, okay, well, then they should explain that to me, like,
but no, we can't let you know the secrets. Yeah.
Okay.
We can't let all the gems out here.
Okay.
We've got to make sure the hackers stuff. Listen, fraud is up on the rise now. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to let a secret out. Look.
No, don't tell us. We don't want to know. Be quiet.
No, you got to know this one, because guess what? You can get caught up into it very, very quickly. Right. Listen how it works. Okay. Look. Today, you probably ordered something from a company. They know there's nobody there in the Philippines, unfortunately, or to get over the customer service team. These companies they have got no communication, nothing. I don't know why, whatever it may be. You order something, they deliver or half, deliver the order. The courier company steals the item. You're trying to contact the person that sold it to you, and then you can't even get a refund. But I had this about 4 times. I had to actually do a chargeback on the company. Yeah. And they still haven't come back for the goods. I said, well, listen, they supplied this. You know what? PayPal was good to me, and I can give them that. I won the case. Yeah. They didn't reply, and that's what they do. People hate chargebacks. Yeah. So you got to understand this, right? Again, fraud is up on the rampant, because guess what?
I get that, but you're not listening to the small business owner here.
No,
you always talking about, I don't want to hear your problems. I don't want to hear your problems. I don't want to hear PayPal problems. Okay, I know what I was doing was legit on an up and up. I don't want to hear, there may be a look here, bruh. Okay, I need my little $200. I don't need you to hold it for how many days? I think they held it for like 90 days or 100 and 120
but they've got to do the investigation. That's how it works. But no, you can blame yourself for that, because you chose that processor. But Cassie said, get your own.
Huh?
All right?
Well, look, I didn't know Kathy back then. Now I know if we gonna move forward. Shoot, Kathy, where was you in 2013? What was that? I forgot what year it was.
Yeah, this was 2014 when I found out about the 25K with and they were reputable. So I mean,
Yeah,
like,
so Leon is always trying to like justify like what the businesses are and the corporate heads are doing. Like, no, Jessica, listen to me. This is what's happening. Like, look, bruh, I'm a small business owner. I'm gonna take it all the way from the small business owner perspective, bruh. Okay, give me my money. Don't try to hold my stuff.
Let's correct that. Let's correct. You are a business owner. You're not small. You work with lots of people.
See, I can't do nothing right. See, he just.
No, you can do it right. You just got to think carefully.
I'm just kidding, Leon. I'm messing with you. I'm kidding. But Kathy, can you talk a little bit about this company, the one that you said you signed up for and then they didn't update their systems or whatever it was, real quick? Oh, it was a survey. Was it a survey company you said you signed up for?
Oh, yeah. About so earlier when we were talking about quiz funnels that you can use that, I'm going to put it out there. So part of my brand is Resource Reader because, as you've heard, I usually know a source or something like that. And so I did a YouTube on how to use Quizatry, which was a pay one time, and you could create a quiz funnel. And someone found mine on YouTube, contacted me on Facebook because my YouTube channel connects to my social media, and said that they were having problems and they reached out to support, and Quizatry never got back to them. I'm like, who does that?
Well, first of all,
a lot of people right now.
Huh? Why are they contacting you though? You're just the content creator. Like you don't own the company. And
they thought maybe I could help them solve their problem. And
gotcha. Okay.
Because I did the tutorial, so they thought maybe I could help them solve it. And I told them, I was like, unfortunately, come to find out, after that person sent me, they did a second launch. Now, if you're not answering, and back in, I guess, January, they did a second launch because that is popular with a lot of these software companies. Do me a favor, if you're going to come up with the software, if you're not willing to provide customer service or not willing to update it, then don't do it.
Thank you.
Leon, where's your mic? Because I could think of some software that I could get to help coaches, because a lot of them are monthly. I would love to create a coaching software that lets you track working with your clients and that type of thing. But am I there to do I have a customer support desk? No. And
if they don't go and hook up a fresh desk or something, no, hook up a fresh desk and get a couple of people in the Philippines or in where you say, Leon, where you say you're gonna give me some VAs from? The Caribbean, somewhere?
No, Africa.
Africa, thank you. Give me some African people, come and get on my fresh desk. Like, how hard is it? It's not hard. Like, if you're gonna release the software, to Kathy's point, then
Now, Kathy's made a very, very good point here, because guess what? I mean, even on a certain platform that we're using, and then it's made by males. We're not calling them out.
We're not gonna say.
I know we're not gonna call them out, because guess what? It may put sabotage us. But for now, but I think when we're looking at startups and business and where they do lean startups here, they forget the sort of architecture you've got to put together a business model, and all right, they focus on developing, all right, and they fix the problems later. I mean, programmers, like, again, the big companies that we know will use their computer systems, they have patches. They say, okay, I'm going to patch this, patch that, patch this, and throw it in. Yeah, they don't want to say, hang on a minute, they only do this. That okay, we get to a certain point, and we're going to patch this or release half-baked software and deal with the customer problems. They're only going to fix it if there is going to be a customer or 20 people, 50 people say there's a problem. They don't look at anything else. So that's how, again, developers look at, again, the marketeers and the business people, they come into later and they're starting to fix some of the problems.
Gotcha.
Right?
Okay, thank you. That was a great point to end on now. So that makes sense as to why we're so frustrated as marketers. All right, so thank you guys, everyone, for logging on. Thank you, Portia. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, Leon. You guys, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, you just want to tell us about a crappy software or a fake coach that you had in your life, go ahead and leave a comment. We're going to leave the comments open here on Facebook, on Periscope, on Twitter. I think that's where we are. And on YouTube, you can go ahead and leave us a comment. If you are feeling so obliged to do so, you can Cash App me because nobody else put up their Cash Apps. And if it's for one of our other experts here, please let me know and I will send them their money. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. Welcome to Marketing with Friends. We will see you guys on Tuesday. We'll be back on Tuesday.
Before you go,
okay, of course you can go
here today. What's the important thing? What's the important date we need to talk about?
Oh, we're gonna let Leon do his important dates. I'm out.
Oh, come on. Transitional Thrive. You know, they tell your friend, bring your friend. Oh, just disappear. Who decided? Oh, no. That's what happened. Of course it disappeared. Okay. Look, guys, look, Transitional Thrive. This is good weekend with phenomenal exercise. The people you see here, there's more integrated. We've got Ava Laura, we've got Kathy, we've got Jessica. I'm there as well. And we're gonna, even though we might even have some special people on the day, it's gonna be a day you're really going to do something and get results at last. Yeah. People that really care about you, they want you to see your business succeed and really, really, really have a great time. Friendly environment. If you thought this is good, this particular summit is something you've never even seen before. What's the link? Jessica says she's going to put it in that lovely window in whatever platform. It's going to be Transition Thrive. It's easy. It's easy. I'm going to put it in the chat window. If you're watching these on replay, I definitely will tell you to say bring a friend, yeah, because it's going to be something that you've never ever seen before. So I'm going to put in the link. And I'm going to disappear just because it's gone in a background somewhere. Don't know what she's doing. But Kathy, listen, thank you very much. I'm going to disappear and push the magic button. Jessica.
Okay. So I'm just give me 1 second and I'm putting it in the chat, the details. Right. And thank you all and good night. And thank you, Deshawn. Thank you, Portia.
Right.